Hello everybody, Siddharth here, and I'm going to start a new series of 60 spiritual laws. I have around 700 followers on Facebook, so I'm going to start this series for them so that they're able to understand what is the 60 spiritual laws, how to use them. And the book which I've published is the 60 spiritual laws for spectacular success. It's available on poti.com. You can go and purchase it from there. I'll put the link in the description. So guys, without further ado, I would like to tell you that I'm a trainer with more than 16 to 17 years of experience in different sectors like the NGS sector, the education sector, the corporate sector, the BPO sector. So I've worked in different capacities as a soft skills trainer, and now I've come up with this book called 60 Spiritual Laws for Spectacular Success, and I hope to contribute to people's life through this particular book and through this perspective of 60 spiritual laws, how you can use these laws to transform your life, how you can use these laws to become a better person, how to contribute to the other people in life, and how to become, realize your full potential. That is what these 60 spiritual laws are all about. So the universe functions through laws, and these laws are spiritual laws. So that's why it's very important and critical to understand what are the 60 spiritual laws and how we can use them in our lives to make our lives better and to achieve our full potential and achieve our full actualization of our potential as well. So today we're going to talk about the law of attention. That's right, the law of attention. The law of attention says whatever you give attention to grows, and whatever you take away attention from, that goes. So whatever you give attention to grows, and whatever you take away attention from, that goes. And that's why it's very critical to give attention to the positive in your life. It's very important to give attention to the optimism, the positivity which is there in your life, and take away attention from all those things which are negative in your life. Because whatever you give attention to grows, whatever you take attention from goes, right? So firstly, what you need to do to put this law into practice is focus on a positive. The glass can be seen as half filled and also half empty. So you have to see the glass as half filled. You have to have an attitude of gratitude. You have to focus on those things which are good in your life, not on those things which are not so good in your life. Because whatever you focus on, that is what becomes your reality. Because attention gives that substance to reality, and more that reality comes out, and more you are able to have good in your life if you focus on the good. So law of attention says whatever you give attention to grows, whatever you take away attention from, that goes away. After that, it's very important to visualize. So you give attention to and visualize those things which you want in your life. If you visualize things which you want in your life, you'll be able to actualize them as well. So first creation, primary creation is in your mind, and secondary creation is in the world. So it's very important to visualize all the good things, give attention to the visualization of all the positivity you want in your life, and definitely that will happen in your life as well. Also, when you are dealing with the negative, you have to ignore the negative. The negative thrives on attention. So you need to ignore the negative totally. If you ignore the negative, you rob it from its power. So if you do not give attention to negative, you ignore it, it has no power. And this is also a very important and key element of the law of attention, which says that whatever you give attention to grows, whatever you take attention from, that goes away. Attention magnifies, guys. So whatever you give attention to, that becomes big in your life. So if you're focusing on good and positive thoughts, if you're focusing on good and positive relationships, if you're focusing on self-actualization and self-growth and self-healing and self-learning, then definitely that magnifies in your life. That becomes the big thing in your life. And that's why it's very critical, guys, that you have to focus on the right things, because attention does magnify. If you focus on the positives, more positive will come in your life. If you focus on the negatives, more negative will come in life. So it's very important to focus on the positive so that you get all the good things in your life. So what have we discussed about in this small session today of the law of attention? That the law of attention says whatever you give attention to grows, whatever you take attention from goes. And the first thing is you have to focus on the positive, because if you focus on the positive, more positive will come in your life. You have to visualize the positive. You have to visualize the positivity in your life, and more positivity will be actualized in your life as well. And as far as negativity is concerned, you have to ignore the negative, because if you take away attention from negative, it loses its power, and attention magnifies. So whatever you put attention into, that magnifies, and that becomes a key and critical element, the big thing in your life as well. So now I'm going to give you some tips how to use this law of attention. Firstly, make a list of good things in your life. Write down a gratitude journal, make a list of good things in your life, and you will find that the good things are much more than the bad things or the negative things in your life. So more you focus on good, the more good comes to you. Second thing which you can do is you have to develop an attitude of gratitude. If you have gratitude in your life, more and more positivity come, because life is like an echo. Whatever you give out, that's exactly what comes back to you. So it's very critical to have an attitude of gratitude. Whenever you face negativity, do not give attention to it, just ignore it. You have to deal with it, you deal with it, but otherwise just ignore it. If you ignore it, you rob it from its power and it cannot affect you. Visualize with your way of success, because visualization creates actualization, which creates the reality which you live in. So it's very important to visualize all the good things you want in life, and the law of attention will make it possible for you to realize it as well. And realize that you have the freedom to choose the positive, freedom to give attention to the positive, and that's how you grow in life. So guys, I hope you understood and enjoyed this small little session on the law of attention from this book, which is 60 Spiritual Laws for Spectacular Success, which is available on poti.com. You can go and purchase it from there. If you want a free ebook, I can give that to you as well. Just in your content, in the comments, just write down your email ID. I will mail the ebook to you as well. So guys, please use this law of attention to make your life better, to have a more fuller, richer life, to have a more positive, optimistic life, because whatever you give attention to grows, whatever you take attention from goes. Thank you for watching. Fantastic. Have a life.